Okay, CL, go ahead, please. CL Brown.
Hubert, with the short turnaround and Virginia Tech coming on Monday, how do you keep these last two losses from turning into a third one?
Um, get back to preparation, get back to practice, and get ready to play a quality opponent in Virginia Tech on Monday. I don't. There is no other option. This past week wasn't a good week for us. And so we can sit here and whine and complain and point fingers and make excuses, or you can get back up and you can keep fighting or start fighting and get ready for this upcoming week. And so that's just automatic for me. That's my personality, and that's what this team is going to do.
Andrew Jones, go ahead.
Coach, when other teams go on runs, it takes your club sometimes a while to respond, or sometimes they don't respond. Do you see maybe a shift in demeanor or body language from your group that kind of compounds the moment, makes it even more difficult for them to overcome that?
Well, I would specifically this past week. I think when you're talking about it's difficult at times to overcome. I think the difficulty at times to overcome is because, like, you're playing against better players. I mean, at the end of the day, Williamson, Williams, and LaRavia were the best players on the floor, and it wasn't even close. I mean, we didn't have anybody that could guard LaRavia. He controlled the entire game. He punched us in the mouth at the beginning of the game, and Alondis and Davion, I mean, they could get into the paint at any time that they wanted to, whether it was off of ball screens, one-on-one situations. I played here, and give you an example, like when I was in the NBA, I did all the things. I did the scouting report. I denied one pass away. I was in the defensive stance. And at the end of the day, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Allen Iverson were better than me. And I'm not saying that these guys are that good, but they were better than us today. Does that mean that they're a better team than us? I'm not saying that, but today, those three players were the best players on the floor, and it wasn't even close. And so this year, it's been hard for us to change in terms of those runs that you're talking about in response, because the gap in terms of talent has been so big that it's hard to do that. Those three guys were better than us. And I said before, not even close.
Thank you.
Michael Coe, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. So just logistically coming up with this week, what's your team's schedule going to be like with 3 games jam-packed into a 6-day stretch?
I really haven't thought about it, just processing what just went on today and this week. I know that we'll practice and prepare for Virginia Tech and play Virginia Tech on Monday, and I know that we'll practice and prepare on Tuesday in preparation and play against Boston College on Wednesday. And I know that it's an NCAA, rule that at some point we have to take a day off, but we'll practice and prepare for a really good NC State team. And so we'll take it one day and one game at a time, and that's all I know how to do, and that's what this team is going to do this upcoming week.
Thank you.
Joshua, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Back-to-back games, shooting around 33% from the field. What do you think the offensive woes are, whether it's the inability to get an open shot, taking the wrong shots, shot selection, because we all know that this team can shoot better than they are in the past 2 games?
Well, yeah, we can shoot better than this, and we haven't shot the basketball, but there's a couple things. One, over the last couple games, teams have been more physical, and they're, from a defensive standpoint, they've been more physical and geared toward making it more difficult for Armando to really dominate down low in the paint. You know, they're making it very difficult for him to get the ball where he can finish around the basket, around the paint. And so over the last couple of games, even though Armando's had double doubles, they haven't been those dominant games that Armando has had pretty much throughout the year. The other thing is, you know, specifically on the last two opponents that we've played, we just don't have the ability, the athleticism and the ability to be able to break down defenders. Like today, Wake Forest was switching all ball screens 1 through 5, and we couldn't get by them. We couldn't create a shot because we couldn't get by them. And so because we're not able to break down defenders and get into the paint and get depth against Miami and against Wake Forest, now teams don't have to help and recover, and now we don't have those open shots. You know, at the end of the day, we're a team that is really good scoring in the paint with Armando, and at the end of the day, we're really a jump shooting team. And so when we don't shoot the ball well from the outside and Armando doesn't have a dominant game, and we're not lights out defensively, it's going to be difficult for us against really, really good teams.
Okay, we got time for a couple more. Gregory Hall, go ahead.
Hubert, you played 10 players in the first half for what I believe was the first time this season, and all 11 scholarship guys, not obviously excluding Will Shaver, got into the game. Was that a point with Anthony Harris being unavailable and just like you said yesterday, giving guys an opportunity, or was that something different? Just what went into the rotation change tonight?
No, I just, you know, at the end of the day, well, you know, we really weren't getting very much from our starters. And so, you know, you have to have depth and you need guys playing well, and wanted to give everybody an opportunity because we needed guys to step up. We need them for the remainder of the year, and then specifically with us having to play 4 games in a week and then really 5 games in 11 days, playing guys 35 minutes a game, it's not benefit for us. And so I was really looking for guys that came off the bench that could give us a spark, not necessarily scoring, but just come in there and change the game by their effort, by their energy. And I was really proud of Puff Johnson. I thought the 13 minutes that he played hard, and I was really proud of him.
Okay, last one, Brendan, go ahead.
Hey, Hubert, you had mentioned after the Miami game that your team had come prepared for that one, but didn't play. And in this one, I was just wondering how comparatively you would evaluate your team's energy, effort, and toughness, even regardless of the final score.
I thought it was better today. I really do. I think we got hit in the mouth, and much in the same way against Miami. Like, Miami's guards are better than ours. Wake Forest, they're 3 guys, their best players were better than us. And so, you know, the energy, effort, and toughness wasn't where it needs to be, but it was much better than at Miami. But LaRavia and Williamson and Williams, I don't know how else to say it, like the gap in terms of talent of those 3 versus anybody on our team was huge. And so that energy and effort and toughness does have to be better, but today those players were dramatically better than any one of ours.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach Davis.